Susan Gregory, thank you for joining me today. You are a very well-known estate agent from London who's just recently taken up a new role with Purple Bricks as a divisional sales director. How do we as an industry attract millennials and Generation Z or Z into the estate agency industry? Talk to me.
So I hate those terms and I hate being pigeonholed and pigeonholing people, but I understand it's important and I understand why it's useful to bracket people. I think to start with, we need to realise that that's what we need to do. I was speaking to a recruiter this time last year when I was looking at my MSc research, and I was talking about what kind of people we attract to the industry, and he was saying that actually people coming into the industry now, they're not impressed by a BMW 3 Series and they're not impressed by a holiday.
It's funny because 25 years ago, when I was an estate agent, I can remember an area manager saying, salary, a bit of metal, which is your car, and commission, and basically you had to work 26 hours a day, and they just grinded it out.
And people really went for that at the time, and I was probably on the cusp of the end of that, and it was great. And we have a fantastic industry where you can come into it with very low barriers to entry, earn good money, create a great lifestyle.
Because no one really wants to be an estate agent, do they? People just kind of fall into it.
Well, I'm not sure. I wanted to be an estate agent for sure. I know, strange. Maybe it's just me. But it provides such a great opportunity for people. It's diverse, you've got great training if you're in certain organisations. It's a career that you can move and develop in. But what people, as I see them coming through now, younger people, younger generations, and even older generations want is autonomy, flexibility, a voice at the table, not to be micromanaged, not to be treated like they don't understand what's going on. So they learn quick.
So do you think that we have the generation who started estate agency in the 1990s with their metal and commission, who are now the bosses, trying to motivate their staff the way they were motivated when they were that age?
Yeah. So
they're trying to do it with salary, car, and commission. Do you think, and again, let's talk about the ones that are already in there, the millennials and Gen Zs. I know you don't like to label, pigeonhole, but I've got to say it. What would your advice be to bosses watching this who are feeling that they're not getting the motivated staff in their current organisation?
I've been saying to them, really talk to them and actually get under the skin of what motivates people. People are intrinsically motivated. People want to do well. People want to be able to learn and develop and be better than they were yesterday. And if you're giving them that, as well as a salary that allows them to get by and have a good lifestyle, a car as a byproduct, etc., you're going to have people who value and are motivated. If you're actually just giving the extrinsic motivational rewards, but none of the things that make them feel good, make them develop, you're going to struggle.
So it's not all about beanbags and avocado on free food?
Not in my world, but I have seen that.
I like the peanut ones myself, but
I mean, when I worked at Nested, we had beer on tap. It wasn't a bad thing, but it didn't make me come to work each day. Maybe it didn't help me coming to work the next day.
You had beer on tap? That sounds like Moneypenny. Okay, so what do you think we as an industry need to do to attract actually people to say, I want to be an estate agent, at school?
I think we need to actually look at what we are as an industry, and we'll talk about this in other videos, but are we a sales industry? Are we a service industry? What kind of people do we want to attract? There are great people out there who are really keen to work with people, help provide solutions to emotional problems and financial problems. It's a really interesting industry. We do something really, really unique in this industry, and actually shouting about that and talking about how actually, we've taken someone from a disappointing situation into a new home, into a new lifestyle, into a new chapter is incredibly rewarding in its own right. Promoting that a bit more, you're actually going to get people who are more aligned with that side of our industry.
I must admit, it's a fact. I cheekily say estate agencies are like the Hotel California song. You can check out, but you can never leave. And I'll be straight with you. I know I do my job here, and I've got my ghostwriting business, but I still miss selling houses and helping people. I really do. In fact, I suggested to the wife only a couple of 5-6 weeks ago, I could quite fancy setting up my own estate agents, and I got shut down in flames and slapped.
It's a fascinating industry. It can take you in all different directions. Getting really good people into it who actually crave and are motivated by that side of it, I think will benefit us all.
Thank you for your time today, Susan.
Pleasure.